The U.S. government should not halt all fracking in the United States. Before taking on this project, I previously did not understand or know what fracking it was. The definition of fracking is the process of injecting liquid at a high pressure into subterranean rocks, boreholes, and etc., so as to force open existing fissures and extract oil or gas. The history of fracking can be traced back to 1862. It was during the Battle of Fredericksburg, Virginia, where Civil War veteran Colonel Edward A. L. Roberts saw what could be accomplished when firing explosive artillery into a narrow canal that obstructed the battlefield. This was described as superincumbent fluid tamping. On April 26, 1865, Edward Roberts received his first patent for an improvement in exploding torpedoes in artesian wells. In November 1886, Edward Roberts was awarded patent number 59,936, known as exploding torpedo. This picture lists all the places where the fracking wells are dug. Wyoming has 1,227 wells. Montana has 179 wells. North Dakota has 1,802 wells. Kansas has 91 wells. Michigan has 9 wells. Pennsylvania has 2,236 wells. Ohio has 97 wells. West Virginia has 223 wells. These are just few of the states listed with numerous amounts of wells where fracking takes place. Here are some pros of fracking. There will be access to more gas and oil. Because fracking can reach to depths that other extraction methods cannot, we now have access to many more natural deposits of gas and oil than we ever did before. This means that we have more gas and oil to use for cooking, heating, and powering out cars, for instance. This is a really important benefit, as many scientists previously thought that we had only a few years left to use fossil fuels before they ran out. This means that we can use fossil fuels for longer, which gives us longer to find viable alternatives for when oil, gas, and coal run out. Fracking lowers taxes. A knock-on effect from having access to more gas and oil is the lowering of taxes on essential things like gas and oil. Petroleum for cars as well as gas for cooking will become easier to access and therefore cheaper. Fracking is self-dependent. Geopolitics. They can be an absolute nightmare. A lot of international relationships between some of the biggest and most influential countries have to do with who has the most access to fossil fuels. Being able to access more gas and oil in our own countries, however, will give us a better peace of mind should other countries start to hoard fossil fuels for themselves, for example. Fracking produces better air quality. Fossil fuels have long been said to be bad for the environment because of the chemicals that they release into the atmosphere. At least, this is true of coal. However, access to more gas may mean that we start to use more gas, and the burning of gas, less carbon dioxide is released into the atmosphere. That means that gas is a much cleaner fossil fuel, and if more people start to use gas, the quality of air will start to improve. Fracking reduces dependency on foreign oil. Fracking helps countries to explore domestic sources of oil. As population continues to increase, it makes more sense to look out for alternative sources for oil and gas at home rather than depending on other countries to meet local demand. Fracking produces plenty of jobs. Fracking industry has already generated thousands of jobs in recent past and is expected to generate plenty more in the near future. Here I listed some groups that support fracking. Some of these groups include America's Natural Gas Alliance, American Gas Association, American Petroleum Institute, Independent Petroleum Association of America, American Clean Skies Foundation, and many more. When researching what our president has to say about fracking, it stated that his administration has confirmed its intentions to reverse Barack Obama's climate change policies, boost fracking for oil and gas, and lift current restrictions affecting the coal mining sector. One of the first issues the document, An American First Energy Plan, mentions is how the new administration intends to eliminate harmful and unnecessary policies such as the Climate Action Plan and the Waters of the United States rule, which would increase American wages by more than $30 billion over the next 7 years.
Hi, I'm Isaac Orr, and I research the intersection of public policy, geology, and economics for the Heartland Institute. Horizontal hydraulic fracturing, commonly referred to as fracking, is a safe method of producing oil and natural gas that has gained a lot of media attention in recent years. In this part of our video series, I'll look at some of the benefits of fracking for oil and natural gas. One major benefit is lower energy costs. Tapping into large domestic oil and natural gas deposits has led to a big increase in available resources and a big decrease in prices, which means substantial savings for consumers. According to the Energy Information Administration, the average U.S. household is expected to save about $675 on gasoline in 2015 compared to 2014 due to lower oil prices. Another study by the Brookings Institution found low natural gas prices will save families up to $432 per person depending on where they live. For low-income families, that's a huge deal, and it's only possible because fracking has made the United States the world's largest producer of oil and natural gas. Imagine a single mother with 2 children living in Detroit. She'll save $777 on natural gas alone. And when you add in her savings at the pump, she could potentially save nearly $1,500. In Mississippi, the U.S. state with the highest poverty rate, a family of 4 would save more than $1,600, and that's all because of fracking. Fracking is also one of the fastest growing sectors of the economy and one of the biggest creators of new jobs. According to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, mining and oil and natural gas extracting jobs grew by nearly 25% between 2007 and 2014. There are about 1.8 million direct, indirect, and induced jobs supported by hydraulic fracturing today, and these numbers are projected to grow to 3 million jobs by 2020. And then there's the benefit of energy security. Domestic oil production has increased by 80% since 2007, and imports accounted for just 27% of the petroleum consumed in the United States, which is the lowest level since 1985. That reduces our reliance on foreign oil and the inconsistent prices and policies and political regimes that come with it. The bottom line is, fracking has economic benefits for everybody and political benefits that make us stronger as a nation. This is Isaac Orr for the Heartland Institute.
Area that has done quite a bit of fracking. What do you say to those who argue against it? Yeah, my view is exactly the opposite. Fracking is actually incredibly good for our environment, and there's two reasons. One is that this rock right here, this exists 5,000 feet away from groundwater. So the last thing that's going to contaminate your groundwater is a fracking operation. But number two, look at the places in the world with the best environments. They're the places that use the most energy because nature doesn't give us a clean environment. We have to clean it up. That takes a lot of energy to purify the water, to grow crops, to make the world a better place. And that's why I titled my book, Fossil Fuels Improve the Planet.
In conclusion, fracking should be allowed in the United States. Fracking produces more jobs, as well as giving a backup just in case foreign countries change their minds about sharing fossil fuels. Fracking lowers taxes on gas and oil, and fracking in the United States provides more access to gas and oil.